Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I'm filming this with my MetaQuest, as you could tell. So I want to, talk about this right here. This yesterday, of course, is something that I got via my Amazon order that I did a week ago. In fact, a week ago, the movies that I got essentially were right over here. In fact, I'll show you them. Secret World of Alex Max, the complete series, Batman. Batman Ninja versus the Yakuza League, and then the 4K version of The Lion King, the animated 1994 classic, which unfortunately did not come. It did not come with a digital code, which was kind of surprising to me. It's like you had the digital code, or you had the paper where the code's supposed to be, and as you would see in the update video I did following the package opening last week, the digital code was not there. So that was kind of a surprise. But anyway, the other thing, of course, that I ordered was this. This I got from them as well. This is Loona, of course, from Helluva Boss. And this is a plush released by GUUZOGG. GUUZOGG, that's GUUZOGG. That's what it is. In fact, let me bring up the browser and I'll tell you, I'll give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about and everything, but just to give you guys a better idea and everything. There it is. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, that's basically one of the things I was using to track my shipping. They actually gave me an email to check and everything, but also use 17track.com, which is a little bit more reliable. But they would let me know via email when something was, when this item here was on its way and everything. But like I said, if I can just bring this up now without any issues here. There we go. And just take my computer and everything. Yeah, but this is GUUZOGG. This is what they say about it. It refers to a line of soft, stuffed monster plush toys often associated with horror game themes. Well, Loona's not a horror game. Loona is part of Helluva Boss. These plushies are typically available in various sizes and designs, with some models being specifically based on characters from horror games like Notified Monsters. They are marketed as suitable for fans, children, and adults. And I'm going to get into that portion right there where it says, suitable for fans, children, and adults, but that middle part being children. I'll get into that in a moment because I pointed that out yesterday when I did the package opening on the Loona plush here. But yeah, this is part of the lineup here and everything. And for me, I was just happy to, get it in, finally get it and all that, because I've been wondering, when am I going to get it and all that. I've been holding off and everything. So I just wanted to, make sure I got it, eventually before maybe it would be listed as, oh, it's out of stock and everything, because that's normally what would happen. Sometimes you'll get something in your account, and suddenly you'll go and check your queue where you have it in your account, and suddenly it'll be out of stock, or now it'll be sold by a third party and such, and so on. But right here, this is the one I got. Now I got it for a lot cheaper than that. I got it for about $3 cheaper and everything. But you could see by the date here. You could see by the date exactly how long it would take somebody to get it and everything. But actually, it'll come a lot sooner. I mean, mine was scheduled to come estimatedly, according to Amazon, potentially between June 2nd and June 10th, basically next week, if you will. It was potentially viewed to come between Monday, June 2nd, and Tuesday, June 10th. That's what they had. That's what they had basically as the estimated delivery date. And then when I got it, not got it, but when it was in the process of showing up, basically what happened is essentially it ended up showing up basically a week earlier than expected, and if not 2 days earlier than what even the post office was saying it was going to show up, and even Aftership and 17track.com was saying, because Aftership and 17track.com were all saying that she was going to show up at around the between the 27th and the 30th. Well, The middle part is when she showed up, because she showed up, yesterday on the 28th. So that was pretty cool. And the reason I was checking the dates to make sure it was coming on time, or at least around the time frame they were being they were predicting. The reason I was checking is because, as I mentioned in the package opening, a lot of people had some issues getting, the Loona plush, getting the Loona plush and everything, or not the Loona plush, but getting items through, through basically one of the distributors, because the distributor here in California, or at least here in the U.S., or in my state, if you will, is out of Compton, California. Yeah, it's out of Compton, California, and it was known as IMG. And as I mentioned yesterday, make long story short, as I mentioned yesterday, basically the thing basically they said that the list the shipping label for this had already been made, so that's understandable. But then it said it was already arriving, departing, and so I had to look up online and find out that basically meant that it's in the system for the United States Postal Service, but it's still in the hands of the distributor, the one that basically takes it to the United States Postal Service, and everything to be sent, to be mailed out and sent to the, sent basically to to where it's got to go, basically to its destination, to its address where it's going to be delivered. It's early. I do apologize. Let me get some coffee here as best I can. Hold on. Sorry, I had to get some coffee. As you could tell by looking at the time, it's 8:49 p.m. Pacific. But anyway, like I was saying, basically it was very confusing, and I think a lot of people that were complaining about IMG online, because I was looking up who they were and if there was any history and all that, and some people basically said that yeah, they would get their items, but it'd be a lot longer than what was originally told to them, or they would have to contact customer service, and then ironically they would get their item or something like that. And I think what confused them is the fact that when they would see, especially if it was coming through, it was going to be coming to them via USPS. I think what they would be confused about is the whole oath arrived departed deal, not realizing that it was still in the hands of the people sending it to the United States Postal Service for distribution, for distribution and delivery to the address it was going to go to. But anyway, yeah, basically that's kind of what confused me a bit when it came to Loona here. I'm thinking, okay, where is she? Is she coming? That, what's going on? And basically, yeah, she was coming. It's just that, they basically need to make it more correct. And 17track.com made it more feasible for me, if you will, to kind of understand what was going on, because they basically told me, yeah, this is what's going on. Here's when the label was made, and also here's what's going on and everything. They basically would make it more organized to where they would tell me, okay, it was made, the label's made, it's ready to go, but also at the same time, the items being shipped and so on and so forth. And basically that helped me out a lot. And yes, I did get it. And then basically also looking up online, tracking wise, the United States Postal, I got the tracking information sent to my text, sent via text to my phone, so that I will know where it's at and everything. And it did arrive yesterday, safe and sound. And as you could tell, the item does kind of match a little bit to what is advertised. Well, you can't really see it, but because it's a hologram right there. But anyway, you can kind of tell that it matches up exactly to how it is advertised and everything right there. So that's pretty cool. Even though the hairpiece is a little down a little bit, they make it look a little bit more fuller. I'm guessing they didn't have enough stuffing to put in there, so I guess you could fix that yourself if you want to. But also the item was squished a little bit, so I think over time you got to let it let it do its thing. They do say it's washable and all that. I have to look at that, make sure. They do say it's washable, so that might fill it out a little bit and everything. So I'm looking here and all that. So yeah, they do say it's washable and everything. So, so that's pretty cool. So I might look into that later, might delicate it and everything if I want to, but it's okay right now. But to go over the item itself, and let me close out the browser here, because I wanted to give you guys a better idea of what the item is, or who is behind the item, and everything. But again, to go over the item itself, the material, the way the material is built, I think is really good. The stuffing is in there. You got nice flexibility with the tail, if you will, because you do have stuffing right here, but not enough to where you can't move the tail. So that gives it some articulation, if you will, right there. So that's pretty cool. The hair, yeah, it's not it's not Loona hair. In fact, let me bring up an image of Loona, for example. Let me bring her up, for example. Hold on. Let me bring her up. Here we go. So, yeah, basically you could tell, if we go to the Wikipedia here for Helluva Boss, we'll go to the image of Loona. If it lets me, let me see if I can get a full-size image. As you can tell, it's trying to base itself off of that a little bit. And you can tell that, the hair basically is trying to be like that a little bit. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Again, not a lot of stuffing here. So that gives you enough articulation with the tail to wave it back and forth. Pretty cool. The only thing that I think some people will complain about is when you look at the color here with Loona, you got navy blue, and the only navy blue you have of her is right here. This is the only navy blue you have of Loona. Like, it's kind of a grayish blue, but it's not totally all there. And then you don't have, like, her shorts here. You don't have her signature half moon, crescent moon there, and it's not all torn up. And then here you could tell that they did put instead of going grayish black or blackish gray, instead of the navy blue and everything, and then the wristband or the wristbands, if you will, or whatever they're called, or the wrist gloves, if you will, they're not black. They're kind of a grayish blue, maybe a little bit. So you can kind of see that. So to me, they did a decent job. I think what it was is that they couldn't mix the color. They couldn't properly, in my opinion, mix the right colors together to get that navy bluish grayish color for her top, or even for the wrist gloves, if you will, or even the pants, or and all that. So they did their best that they could. They went probably what they figured was the closest they could go. And then the ears, of course, are a little blue as well. And I know a little navy blue as well. And I know some fans may not like that, but again, they probably, they probably didn't have enough. They're black here. The back of her ears are black, but to me, what happened now? I thought something went off. So sorry. But to me, basically, it feels like, so they didn't. Either whoever was in charge basically, just felt like, hey, I'm almost done. I'm just going to put the blue on the ears and that's it. And that's what they did. So that's okay. It's fine. Nothing's going to be perfect. I mean, you take a look here. Look at my Celestia pony here. Okay, this is Celestia. Does she look anything like that Celestia right there, or does she look like anything like the Celestia right there? I'm just saying. No, she doesn't. She doesn't look like any of that. But they did the best they could. Same with Loona. Luna's the closest to what she would look like. There's no doubt. Loona is the closest to what she would look like. But again, that Celestia looks nothing like that Celestia. You know what I'm saying? But they did the best they could. Not everything's going to be perfect, okay? Not everything is going to be perfect. I mean, you look at Sally here. This is my Sally plush, which, again, is not for sale. It is not for sale. But the Sally plush I got, yeah, it's a good representation of Sally, but is it a true representation? Does it have her hair all poofied up, if you will, like she's known for? Or does it have her chickbook cheeks a little bit more out a little bit? No, it doesn't. But it's a decent, officially licensed Sega representation of Sally, and that was sold, believe it or not, at the Sega World in Australia. Point I'm getting at is that even though some of the coloring may not be matching to what she should be, they still did a decent job. And I guarantee you there are those out there that will custom make their own versions of Loona and get it as best, and closest to what you see here than what you have here. And there are some that are for sale too that are a little bit more accurate color scheme wise to this than this. But I think again they did a decent job. I think they really did a decent job. Now, again, you see the top here. They didn't put nothing on the top, which would be where the grayness for her shoulders would go, the gray portion of her fur on her shoulders. You don't see that, but you do see the back. The back is colored in, so that's pretty good. So they did put the gray on the back. That's really nice. I like that. So they did give her the gray, but not not entirely on the shoulders, but just basic because it's supposed to come down. Well, actually they kind. Oh no, actually they kind of did. So they did get the gray in there on the shoulders, but it's like the clothing part and even the ears they didn't get, colored correctly. I mean the shorts they got colored correctly and everything, but it's like the tail right here and all that, the blackish gray tail, they put more of a navy blue on it and so on, and everything. And I don't know what just happened there. That's weird. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, basically, basically they just went with what I would consider probably the more colorful, more attractive, coloring, and that would catch people's eyes than just getting all this. I mean, do I think if they re-release it, they should do it this way? Absolutely. But again, there are others that are probably working on their own custom-made Loonas that are doing it, as well as doing official ones that are going to make it close to this. And I guarantee you, with Helluva Boss going to Amazon, going to Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video, as well as staying on YouTube, you're going to see more accurate merchandise on Loona and other characters like Millie, Moxie, and Blitzo coming out all over the place that match more closely to what you see on the show than here. But again, this is just something that, was licensed out, and they did the best they could. They did the best they could, and I think they did a decent job. Now, you might notice that her dress part is not exactly matching up to, what you see in the picture, and there's a good reason for that, because, again, going back to what I read about, them advertising, the thing being suitable for fans, children, and adults, and, that keyword being adults, if you will. Basically, that's why you see the thing designed the way it is, because if a kid gets this, and they see this here, they're gonna ask they might ask the family or somebody, hey, why does she have a star and all that on her chest, connecting her dress? What's going on there? Not knowing what that could really mean, So obviously they did everything here for safety reasons. So instead of, giving her the pentagram, as they call it, connecting her, her dress together, the top, that holds her, that she puts on to wear her crop top, if you will. Instead, they put like a star, they put like little triangles and everything. And again, they did that, in my opinion, as I said yesterday, after opening, during the package opening, when I showcased that I got her. Basically, it was, and I do apologize for that. I don't know what's going on there, but basically, to me, I think they did a decent job in basically working around that, because again, they know that, there might be parents that will get this for the kids, know who it is, but know the kids might be fans of the character, but they may not be fond of, there's this symbolism on there. So they pretty much simplified her in a way, but I guarantee if they do re-release her, as I mentioned earlier, there's a good chance they might try to make it more accurate to what you see here than what you have here. But I think they did a decent job. I mean, they got the eye coloring, they got the eye coloring and everything spot on, so I do like it. And everything. And you can't ask for anything more than that. You can't ask for anything more than them doing the best job. And I guarantee you, anybody else that has this plush like I do, probably would pretty much feel the same way. But anyway, though, guys, I just wanted to come on here and recording this with my MetaQuest. I do apologize for the flickering out there a couple times. I don't know what that was. I do apologize. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and do this review on the GUUZOGG, on the GUUZOGG Loona Helluva easy for me to say. It's early, guys. I do apologize. It's 9:02, as you can tell. But I just wanted to come on here and show you and go over and give a bit of a review on the GUUZOGG, the GUUZOGG Loona Helluva Boss plush that I got. And again, I think they did a decent job for what they, for what they were given and everything, or for what they were able to bring together and all that. Let me know what your thoughts are, guys, down below in the comment section, as well as in the chat, live chat during the premiere, if you haven't already. Let me know if you got this item. What did you think about it when you got it? Do you feel that they did a decent job, just like I do, about basically, going and giving the best effort they can? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as in the live chat if you haven't done that already. Also, guys, check out the links in the description to find my content elsewhere outside of YouTube and everything to help support me there. It'd be really appreciated. Also, guys, click on the link. Also, guys, ring the bell for notification. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. And everything. Like the video. Again, it's early, guys, but do all those stuff. Ring the bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Like the video. And again, let me know what your thoughts are on my review here. And do you agree with some of my assumptions and everything and my overall opinion? And if I was to rate it, I would say I'd give it, just for, one of the first official plushes based on the series, with Loona, I would say, potentially a 7. I would say about an 8 out of 10, in my opinion. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, down below. Comment if you like. Let me know if you have this plush as well. And until then, I am out. Talk to you later.